Hey, what's up, Exit the Matrix family? Bob here. Just heading to work. Thought I'd do a little talk on something we've all been witnessing, and that's this push, concerted push by those that at least think they're the rulers of the earth. It's a mix of politicians and CEOs and media figureheads and bankers and such. They're really pushing this great reset. This is their chance, they believe, to redesign the world in the structure that they want. And just like usual, that structure is not what the 99% want, because I think most people would agree with me on this. The common man all around the world, doesn't matter what religion they follow, what government they're under, what country they're in, they just want to live in peace, man. You just want to raise your family, be prosperous, be able to put food on the food on the table every night, be able to take care of your family. If something comes up, be able to take them to a doctor, get some health care, hopefully real health care, not like we're living in right now, what we're seeing right now. But essentially that's it. And put away some money for that time when your body can no longer do the physical labor and you need to retire, that you could still sustain a living after that. I mean, that's essentially what most people in the world want. But these people are different. They're parasites on humanity. They're giant ticks. And all of their wealth they get off the backs of the common man. They don't really produce anything. They don't make anything. They just manipulate. That's all they do. And I think most people are really tired of it. It gets old, certainly. And but most people just want to be left alone. They just want that peace. And these people, they're pushing for a one world tyrannical government with the help of corporations. I mean, right now the corporations are taking more of your rights away than your government is. Well, technically, I mean, your government's allowing it, like censorship on these platforms. These companies are all buying into this ESG, which is essentially a couple major money. I don't know what are these anyways? BlackRock and Vanguard and all that. They're just, I don't know. I don't even know what you want to call these companies. They're just conglomerates. Their hands are in everything. I mean, if you have a 401k or an IRA or whatever, you're probably getting their money, their blood money. I'm being honest. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. And they are pushing the ESG. They're trying to force corporations basically to screw you over with your money, which is absolutely sickening. But what they're really doing is they're all pushing for this one world totalitarian, neo-feudalism, neo-serfdom type world order, that they'll be, the 1% will rule. They'll have all the land they want. They can fly their jets all they want. They'll have all the cars, all the Wagyu beef that they want, while us peasants are all poor. There will be no more middle class under their system, because the middle class, when they unite, actually is a pretty strong front against them. So they need everybody dirt ass poor, barely surviving, in debt, eating bugs, eating scrap meat, scrap GMO vegetables, GMO fruit, health deteriorating, drinking your fluoridated water, and that's just one of the poisons in your water. Trust me, if you live in a city, I mean, you're literally drinking toxic soup every day. And you could say, oh, I got filters and I drink bottled water. Man, bottled water is just as bad, if not worse. Now you're drinking plastic in your water. And most of that bottled water is tap water anyways. But they're poisoning us on purpose because a dumb population that is health deteriorating is obsessed with, prawn and distractions is easy to conquer, easy to divide and conquer, easy to manipulate, easy to rule over, and really gives them no pushback. But there's ultimately an underlier to all of this, and I'm not going to go into esoteric things, ancient, bloodline ties, and biblical stuff and all that. It's as simple as this: their Babylonian debt money system is collapsing, and they knew it. They've known it for the last 50 years that this system will die, because this system is built on debt, and it never, no country on earth can ever pay the debt back. I think they're saying if every country on earth paid off their country's debt, I mean, it's hundreds of trillions of dollars, which is ridiculous, dude. I mean, I actually hear conservatives say, we got to get the debt down. We got to pay the debt down. I'm not going to cuss, but I really want to. That is absolutely ridiculous. You do not understand the system we're in. You can never, ever, ever pay that debt back, because every dollar printed comes with debt. So it compounds. And this is how they enslave nations. This is how they enslave all of us. We are all slaves. Anybody that uses central banking money is a debt slave. And I don't care if you're retired and you paid off your house and your cars and everything, and so you could try to sit there and say, oh, I'm outside the system. No, you know what? Trust me, under this great reset you would have known that home anyways, or your cars anyways. They'll just come take them, or they'll tax you to the point where you can no longer afford to use them. This is what they're pushing. I mean, look at the WEF's papers. They want, by 2050, they want nobody owning a car. They want to only allow you a couple new pairs of clothes a year. They're going to limit how much clothes you can buy. They're going to limit how much meat you can consume. And they, trust me, they even put their wishful goals is that you would no longer would humans consume meat or dairy products. And that includes eggs, eggs are the most, the cheapest pure protein source you can get. And anybody almost can raise chickens. I mean, in a little backyard, you can raise chickens, And, of course, unless you're under a communistic HOA, or your city has laws against that because it's pushing communism. But, yeah, that is the real thing here is that their system is collapsing. It's become too top heavy. The deck of cards is stacked miles high, and those bottom cards are starting to slide. They know this is coming, and they know that there's going to be massive upheaval because it's going to wipe out people's life savings. It's going to wipe out your 401ks, your IRA, all that stuff that they're controlling you with. All that shit's going to collapse, man. The dollar's going to collapse. They know that this is coming, and they're trying to coincide this great reset with the end of the financial system as we know it. And I just get so tired of the left wants this. The left is 100% pushing this. I mean, these people are psychophants themselves. I mean, they back this shit. Trust me. I mean, I'm not saying every leftist, but I mean, hardcore leftists, they want this. They want this total government control over your life. I don't know why, because that'll come on them too. It's like they love the boot on their neck and they're licking the boot. They're rubbing and caressing the boot. They're pathetic. And then you got those on the right that you got two camps there. Like I said, you got the ones that actually believe that, oh, we got to reel in the debt and that'll save us and all this. And they're putting their money in 401ks and IRAs and all that, you know, believing that they're going to have a retirement here. They don't understand when this system collapses, there is nothing except their system they're going to bring in. But the other half of those, they just sit on their ass. Yeah, they sit on their ass. They've always sat on their ass believing Jesus is going to come, save them. Yeshua, he's going to come save them. He's going to come flying down, with the sword in his hand, the sword of righteousness, and he's going to have all of his angels following. And, of course, all this, came from Paul, which wasn't even with Yeshua, but that's for another day. We could talk about that. But they've been manipulated to believe they just sit and wait. As long as they sit in church every Sunday, hey, they're saved, right? Screw everybody else, screw everything. As long as they go to church every Sunday, hey, Yeshua's coming to fix this whole problem, right? Yeah. I mean, we're sparks of divinity. We're children of God, but we're just expected to sit on our asses. That's what these people believe. And, of course, they're mostly the ones that fell for the Q psyop. Q's going to save us. The white hats are saving us. They're infiltrated. People are going to Gitmo. It's clones you're seeing on TV. They got masks on and stuff. Hey, man, there may be some body doubles. And you got to realize that the three-letter agencies that are involved in all this war against us, oh, yeah, trust me, they're excellent at providing body doubles and masks that make people that look like the real people. But let's be real. Ain't none of these people you think are at Gitmo. No, they're not. They're plotting against you right now, and they're winning because you're sitting on your ass. Because you believe that you don't have to do anything. You just wait it out. And they want you to think that. Have you ever thought once that some of those teachings were manipulated to make you a dumb sheep, to make you a lazy sheep to sit on your ass? I mean, I'm sorry to be harsh, but people on the right do have a better moral compass. People on the right want prosperity and freedom for the most part. I question anymore about how many on the left truly do, because they sure as hell are. It seemed the hardcore ones are championing on all this globalism. I hardly see any of them standing up. Some of them may be leaving, becoming more moderate and stuff, but the people on the right, man, the ones that really could turn this tide, they're just sitting on their asses. That's it, dude. Not all of them. Some are fighting, but most aren't, because they've been conditioned forever just to do nothing. That's why they loved Q, because it was like, hey, we don't have to do anything. There's heroes. There's heroes here to save us. Haven't you ever figured out that you're supposed to be the hero? This is the hero's journey. When you come to Earth, you're on the hero's journey. Yeah, that means you're here for a purpose, for a reason. And I'm pretty sure the source, God, the creator of all, didn't send you here just to sit on your ass and sit back and hope and wish and pray that everything's going to get better. But that's how these people do what they do. So their system is collapsing and they know it. And that's why they're desperately, the Western world and all of the countries that follow them, the Far East and all that, and some of the Middle Eastern countries, they all know what's coming, and that's why we're seeing all this crazy stuff happen. Because they've come up with a plan being dictated by the WEF, Bilderberg, and all their shadow think tank groups, which are all just really soldiers for this globalist order. They've come up with this plan to make the transition from the collapse of this current money system that most of the world is under, the Rothschild money system, that they're going to switch us into this digital currency, which is basically slavery. I mean, they're putting more chains on you is what they're doing. Because at least with the dollar bill or other paper currencies around the world, you can have transactions with people person to person. You could go buy those chickens from your local farmer and go, start your own chicken coop in your backyard so you have a supply of eggs, of cheap protein. The government doesn't know you're doing that. Unless, of course, you have an a-hole neighbor that turns you into the HOA or to the local government, because, those types, the bootlickers. But if you were to go to that farmer and all that there is digital currency, unless you're trading, bartering with that farmer, now the government knows what you did. Oh, no, boy. You're not allowed to buy chickens. You're not allowed to raise your own protein source. That goes against our dictates. You got to eat your bug slop. You're going to internment camp there, boy. What do you think you're doing? And we're going to give your neighbor a couple more credits of their digital tokens. Yeah, they're going to get rewarded for turning you in. And I'll tell you what, if you lived around a bunch of leftists right now in a neighborhood, man, I'd get the F out of there right now, because when this all goes through, these people are going to be turning you in for everything. They love it. They'll be licking the boot. They'll be on their knees, slobbing on it, on the government, and they're going to be turning your ass in. Oh, so-and-so tried to raise his own chickens. Oh, I smelled the smell of barbecue meat the other day coming from his backyard. That's a no-no. It wasn't a cricket burger. That's what it's going to come to, people. I know I'm kind of making light of it right now because let's be real, man. This is so outrageous. It's crazy and it's almost laughable. I mean, think about it. If you were to go back 5 years ago and look at what we're looking at now, there's no way that you could ever imagine this. I got to admit, man, I've been following this stuff my whole life. And man, they moved on this. I mean, faster than I could imagine. It's because these psychopaths, they know how to work together. Even though they'll put a dagger in each other's back, they work together. Whereas us common folk, we don't. Oh yeah, within our church group or whatever, maybe. But on a large scale, no. And part of that's because of the division that they've sowed amongst us, between race, between sex, between who you want to have sex with, between religions, between governmental views, governmental structure views, which is so funny because people on the left and right don't realize that the government that you are under right now is not socialist or capitalist. It's a mix of all kinds of crap, more like corporate fascism and stuff, mixed with a little communism, mixed with a little socialism, mixed with a little capitalism. I guarantee you hardly anything's free market anymore. And once the CBDC goes in, there will be no free market. Trust me, because they're gonna crush the middle class. They're gonna push out most of your small businesses. They're gonna probably make it where they're gonna dictate which businesses can use the digital currency and which ones can't. They're just gonna dry people up. They're gonna just force them out that way, just like they did with the masks. Remember that? And the shutdowns? Oh, they decided which businesses could stay open and which ones couldn't. And which ones did they destroy? The middle class, self-owned businesses. The corporations all got to stay open. They made record profits. Walmart, Target, Amazon. Oh yeah, and all you idiots out there ordering Amazon and all that, you're literally paying for your own destruction. I hope you know. But hey, your choice, right? You're just gonna sit on your ass, order your Amazon, and go to church every Sunday, and then one day you're gonna wake up and your ass is gonna be somewhere you don't want to be, and all your savings is wiped out, and all of a sudden you're like, wow, where's Yeshua? I thought he was coming in to ride on a white horse and save me. So I know this was kind of a harsh talk, people. I want to talk some more about this later. I just got to work, but that's essentially it. Their money system is collapsing, and they're trying to transition into their new money system, which is way more enslavement than we're even under right now under their money system. So, I don't know. I'd say it's time to wake up. It's time to start grouping up and start figuring out what we're going to do to push back, because this is not good. I'm not talking about any violent means. I'm talking about just getting together and pushing back with a concerted voice against this tyranny. That's what we got to do, people. Anyways, I appreciate you guys, and I will talk to you later.